Good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Cesar Mascoro Jr. in with your 15 Minutes to Mastery this Thursday, March 21st. Hope you are ready for end of month next week, man. Gets to be a crazy week. I know for a fact it gets to be a crazy week. So you guys, hope you're pushing along just well. We're in with our 15 Minutes to Mastery. Like I mentioned, today is a very special edition. Every day is special, right? Every day, every message is important, but it's just something that has been weighing on me here over the last couple of weeks, and decided, you know what, I think it's time we start getting into this as we start to really try to peel back the layers of how to improve our industry, how to improve the perception of our industry within the general public, within the sales side of the business. And so we're going to talk about the company culture, why it's important, what kind of culture do you have, and how is it that we can reset our company culture, right? But like every day out here in our 15 Minutes to Mastery, we're here to get you some inspiration, motivation, and information to get your day started on the right foot. So we start with the quote, and today's quote comes from Peter Drucker, the infamous Peter Drucker, who says, "Culture eats strategy for breakfast." Enough said. Culture eats strategy for breakfast, and how true that is. All right. Culture is ultra important. So important to a company, to the company's success, to the company's perception, to the company being one that thrives rather than just survives, or in even worse case scenarios, falls apart. A culture can put a company out of business. And we'll dive into all of that. But we want to start off, first of all, with what is company culture? Because I think it's important that we understand why it is that cultures exist and why maybe they are the way that they are. So according to a Forbes article, okay, company culture, the way they describe it is this way, okay? It's akin to capturing lightning in a bottle. Company culture is about the shared norms, values, attitudes, and practices that form the collective identity of your company. Again, the norms, the values, the attitudes, the practices that form the identity of your company. Okay? They describe it as the invisible glue that binds your team and sets the stage for the narratives of the way your employees play out daily, right? And then obviously the contribution on a daily basis to the company. And the other thing is that company culture is a collection of unwritten. So it's not your mission statement. It's not your company values. It's the true culture. What is the feeling? What is the attitude? What is the behind the scenes, right? The BTS of that company. And it's the unwritten norms, beliefs, and the collective attitudes that shape how things get done within that company. And it's so important, folks, that you understand what the culture is of your company, what you stand for, what are you putting out there. And it's not just ownership, it's not just management. You as an employee as well. If you're a housing consultant watching this, or in your own company, whatever it is that you do, doesn't matter. Whatever you do, you play a part in the culture. And no matter what type of business it is, okay, the same thing for my kids at school. They play a part of the culture at their school, depending on their attitudes, the way they think, the way they act. That's the culture of the school. And same thing with you in your relationships, how you think, how you act, how you value that relationship. That's the culture of your family environment, of your relationships. Same thing with your association to health and fitness and your with your relationship with food, right? But how you think, how you feel, how you act, that's the culture. Do you appreciate it? Do you take care of it? Do you value it, or are you just stuffing anything in your body and you're just not taking care of yourself? So the culture is so important, especially in a company, because as we said, it's the unwritten norms, beliefs, and collective attitude of everyone in that business. Okay. Now, what is your company culture? If you really stop to think about it, what is the culture at your company? How does it feel walking into your office? How does it feel? What is it that's being said? What's the message being brought to you, or what message are you bringing in? Like I said, it doesn't just take management, although the ownership and the management are the main parts of the company culture, right? Just because of position. And they should be the ones leading the way and providing a company culture that is healthy, that is productive, that is an environment that leads to the overall mission, which the mission should be to help families. If you're manufactured housing sales, the mission should be to help as many families as possible, not chop people's heads off and then just try and just take advantage of people. That's not the whole thing. And a lot of times customers, you think about it, when people call you on the phone and they're just trying to get you off the phone, they're trying to just get the information and get you off the phone, is because they're afraid to have to deal with you as a salesperson as opposed to with you as a consultant who's trying to help. So what message are we putting across to the people that we're talking to? That's part of the culture. Are you taught to lie, cheat, and steal? All right. Maybe not literally, but just in the presentation, in the way we handle things, in the way we deal with customers. Is that the attitude? Is that the norm? Are those the values? Or is it truly an environment where where people can feel that you sincerely want to help? Are you getting that point across? Are you even speaking to your people, your clients about that? Okay. But why is culture so important? Why does that all matter? Right? We're just selling, man. We're just selling homes. We're just selling cars. We're just selling whatever it is that you're selling. Well, it matters on so many different levels. Okay. One, it's going to have everything to do with the employee engagement. You wonder why there's so much turnover in sales in general, but it's more specifically, we deal with manufactured home sales here, right? Why is there so much turnover in our business? We want to think that it's because people don't put in the work and they're just not making the money and they're not really getting they're not getting to the point where they need to be, right? Well, that's part of it. That goes to another part that we're about to talk about, but mainly it's the fact that the high turnover, a lot of times, a lot of it could be associated to the culture of the company, to the culture of the industry right now, even where we're at on the sales side, okay? Because I talked to so many different retailers and communities that I've spoken to over the last year that Manufactured Home Sales Mastery has been in existence. And I tell you guys all the time, right? Tongue in cheek. I tell you, I get this all the time where, hey, man, we've been doing this a long time. We don't need any sales training. We don't need any of that stuff. We're doing good. We've been around for 20 years. We've been around for 30 years. Okay. But really what it is, folks, and I spoke to an owner of a company here in Texas, okay, a few weeks ago. And the guy had reached out to me, right? And I call and I'm talking to him. And then he starts to tell me, well, we delivered 20 houses last month. We're about to do 25. So what is it that you can bring to the table? First I was like, well, wait. You reached out to me, so I was wanting to find out what it is that we were going to talk about. But secondly, when you hear somebody say that, especially the owner of a company, then you're satisfied with the 20 to 25 because we can all agree that if a company's doing 20 to 25, and if you relate it to just about every manufactured home retailer out there, there's so much more that can be done. Not everybody's contributing the same amount. So if you're doing 20 to 25, that probably means that you could do 35 to 40 a month if you had the right culture. But that culture starts right there, right? The attitude starts right there. And so the employee wanting to stick around and be a part of that, okay, has everything to do with the culture. of that company. It leads to higher profitability also. A great company culture leads to higher profitability. Why? Because if your employees are happy, your customers are going to be happy. And if your customers are going to be happy, you're going to get even more referrals. And if you get more referrals, you're going to get more business. And of course, your profitability is going to go through the roof. And if your employees are happy, and then they're also making the customers happy, that means that you're building more value and increased profitability. So it applies on so many different levels, right? You reduce your recruitment costs as well. Why? Because you have to recruit less. Because you're reducing your turnover, because people want to be a part of this vision, of this mission, of this company, because the company culture is that which promotes a healthy environment. We're not talking about touchy-feely here. I'm the last person to tell you that I'm all for touchy-feely. It has to be Zen-like and all this stuff. If that's you, great. That's not me. I'm a realist. I'm a realist in the fact that we are here to solve people's problems. We are here to help so many hundreds of thousands of people that need us in this industry, that what we call manufactured home sales. There's a whole blue ocean market out there of site-built home buyers that can no longer buy those homes, that need us, but we need to step up, right? So that company culture will then lead to improved customer service as well. Because if we're fostering an environment where we are here for the customer, which is not common in this industry, let's be real, especially on the retail side, okay? We will improve our customer service when we care. As they say, right? Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. Well, we have to truly care. And if we truly care, we'll take the sales process seriously. We'll be more on a servant leadership type role, and we'll help that many more families. It'll also help you to attract top talent, because people will feel that when they come in. They're going to notice the type of people that you have in your office. They're going to notice the environment there when they come in to interview, and you'll attract that higher caliber salesperson. Let's talk about that, because we walk into retail offices, into manufactured home communities, and is it the top talent that's available within the sales industry? When the pay in this industry is of the best that's out there in sales, why is it that we do not have the top talent in sales? Why are we burning through people left and right? Because it has to do with the culture, right? So those are some of the benefits to it. So how is it that you contribute to the culture? What is your attitude like? What are your personal mission or values that you bring, that you contribute to your sales office? You need to pay attention to that, right? Because as I said earlier, have you been doing this for a while? Have you been selling for a while? Or have you been doing that culture for a while? Big difference. Big difference. Because here at Manufactured Home Sales Mastery, we're bringing you sales training and increased sales and profitability through a different culture, through a different way of selling, through being a person who truly cares in making people's lives better. Okay? And that's why we say that it's time to reset your company culture now. Really take an honest audit of your company culture. What is it that you promote within your company? What is the attitude? What are the values? What is everything that you promote? Are you truly in promoting the awareness of taking care of the client, of being the best we possibly can for people, so that we can then earn their business, earn their trust, earn their referrals, earn more and more business from people who would not have considered manufactured homes before? Or are we all about the numbers, all about the numbers, all about the numbers, no matter how? Because if we did it the other way, if we cared and we truly did, you'd get those numbers and more. That is my contention. That is our belief here at Manufactured Home Sales Mastery. And that is what we're bringing to you through a sales process, sales system, sales training, and consulting that is based on serving and based on satisfying the needs, the emotional needs, and the true need of your client, because the more you can do that, the more business you're going to get. And as a bonus, the better you're going to feel for doing it. It's time to reset the company culture. So take a look at what is it that you're harboring? What is it that you're fostering? What type of culture are you developing and bringing to the table at your company? And is it time to hit that reset button? And if you're going to hit the reset button, it's got to be all in. It's got to be all at once. You got to just rip that Band-Aid off and say, this is the new way we're doing things. No ifs, ands, or buts. You're going to lose some people. You're going to lose those people, especially the ones that have longer tenure that they're so accustomed and used to and feel that that's the only way that you can do things. That's the only way that you can sell. But I'm here to tell you it's not. Because there's so many other industries and businesses and high profitable industries out there that do it the other way. And we can do the same thing. It's time for us to rise up. As I mentioned in the article that I wrote that just came out in MH Insider, if in case you hadn't seen, okay, this month's issue that just went out. If you get it at your location, you should be seeing it pretty soon, okay? But in it, I write about that, how right now is that time for us to shine as an industry. This is our time to shine, and it takes us doing better, being better, so that we can, in that issue right here, folks, okay, on page 51, we're starting to contribute to this on the sales side of things. Let me show you what I'm talking about right there. This is it. Our time to shine is now. Our time to shine is now as an industry. Our time to revolutionize this industry and take it to a whole new level and bring in a whole new different market into our environment, into our business is now. But it takes us rising up to it. And you can do it. We can do it together. Because there's so many people out there for us to help. That's today's edition of 15 Minute Man. We could probably talk for hours on this. And a lot of our training goes into this stuff because we want to make sure that we leave you better. We leave you thinking in a different manner so that you can take your life, your business, and your career to a whole new level, to an elite level, because you deserve that. Your customers deserve that. Your family deserves that. Your community deserves that. You guys have a great Thursday. Get on out there. Don't forget, get on our website, manufacturedhomesalesmastery.com. You can schedule a call with us to figure out how it is that maybe we could be a success partner with you to be able to take your business and take your sales team to a different level. That's what we're here for at Manufactured Home Sales Mastery. We're here to serve you. We want to be that for you and your company. All right. And also we've got the replay of our Sales Supercharged Summit that just happened about a week ago. Tomorrow, we did our first online live training one-day event. It was great. We talked on leadership, marketing, sales, things of that nature, overcoming objections. And you can get a copy of the replay and you can get the workbook that goes along with it. Okay. All you got to do is go online, manufacturedhomesalesmastery.com/summit, and you can get yours today. Get it today. And this weekend, I'm actually re-recording the whole thing in studio. So you'll have both the live and recorded, more formal type presentation of the workbook. And you can take both and really dive in. You guys have a great Thursday. Get on out there, kick some butt today. Help as many families as you can. And as always, I can't wait to meet you.